Hello, Chris. Alan. Today is November 25th, the day after Thanksgiving here in America, Black Friday, and Science Friday. As I have mentioned last week, from here on out, I'm going to try to make my videos revolve somewhat around my blog, since I got that started up and running. It might somewhat diverge from Chris's prompt of being helpful for common people, laymen, having practicality purposes. For most people, it might diverge from that somewhat at times, but I'm still going to try to hold to both at the same time, but the blog thing's going to take precedence. With that in mind, I am going to have today's topic be kind of related to last week's topic. It's going to be on the lab notebook again. I'm sorry for being, repetitive, but I feel I need to get this out. It is going to be the importance of the lab in kind of touching up on in your life, but also going to go pretty in depth into its practical importance for society as a whole. Like common stuff like this, the military, stuff like that. So, now, do yourself a favor. I'm going to post a link in the Dealing with Bob. If you have not watched last week's Sci-Fi, it would behoove you to pause this video right now, and watch it right now, in order to put this video into a little bit of a context, because it's kind of like a two-parter thing. I should probably title last week's part 1, this week's part 2. But yeah, this is kind of like part 2 of a two-parter. So yeah, probably gonna be like part of a larger season-esque type thing, but we'll see how that goes. Got it all nice to watch now? Alright, coolio. Now let us continue. Last week, I went on this whole spiel about the lab notebook. I keep mine, you should keep yours if you want to change any aspect of your realm of existence, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. This week is, as I've mentioned, the importance of accurate and precise and detailed lab notebooks in your own personal life and in society as a whole. Hope you learn that best way to change your life through this is to do that, the whole precise and accurate and detailed thing, and society would fall apart without it. Hold on, let me find my own notes on this, because, I have them somewhere. Here they are. These are actually my notes for my blog, but, crossover thing. Yeah. Please take note. I have one log for blogs, another one for this whole emotional state, weight, money thing. I have another one for non-organic chemistry, flail. Another one for organic chemistry, flail. Yet one for organic chemistry, flail. And one for physics, flail. Yes, I keep great care of my lab notebooks. But anyways, you need accurate and detailed lab notebooks because that is the best way that I can think of anyway to make like observations, conclusions, deduce what's going why it is that something's doing what it's doing, and how you can do what you can do to change it, stuff like that. That's the best way I can think of doing it, keeping accurate and detailed records. And this holds just as true in your personal life as it does for any aspect of society. Military, culinary arts, particle accelerators, medical science, chemical science, makeup science, like hair product science, aesthetic science. Those last three I never did understand, but that's just me, you know. Computer science, electronics, television. This light that I have here, yeah. Every aspect of society depends on being able to make conclusions of what's physically going on and how we can utilize it, how we can change it, how we can twist it to our will. And that depends on, well, this blogger, but on this flail. Okay, let's use the military as our first example. For the record, I disagree with the concept of the military. Doesn't matter what part of history you go to, doesn't matter what nation we're talking about, doesn't matter what ideology the government holds, I disagree with the concept of military. And I believe the men and women of the military are putting themselves at risk for goals that are not their own, goals that have nothing to do with the nation, just own personal greedy goals of the politicians. But that's besides the point. In order for your vaunted military to be successful at what it does, staying alive while killing others, they have to have people behind the scenes doing science. Say that, I am talking about okay, the military depends on weapons and ammunition. Of course, the scientists behind the scene have to regularly make sure. Well, first of all, the scientists have to dream up the weaponry and the ammunition. And then they have to build prototypes and make sure that they work greater than 50-50. Because otherwise, the troops are dead. This holds true for each piece of military equipment. The Jeep, radio, satellite communications, the tank, grenades, bombs, anything you can associate with the military. Scientists behind the scenes have to dream them up and make sure they are battle ready, which means making sure they work as close to 100% of the time as they can. Make sure the troops stay alive while killing others. Also, society. This lighter. was invented by scientists. This gas is butane. Butane is what works best under these conditions right here. Just so happens octane works best in engines. Butane works best here. Propane works best in the grill in your backyard. Scientists have to dream up the lighter in the grill in the car, and make sure they work satisfactorily, frequently enough to be commercially viable. After all, these scientists are paid by the corporations on the money brought forth by the products put forth by the scientists. And so the scientists have to make sure these things, and the cars and trucks and all that, and these, and thumb drive cases, clocks, lights, every single individual thing in your house and in your backyard and in your front yard works. If you're going for scientific accuracy, which I am, it's one of those situations of keeping yourself honest so that others can double check, triple check, quadruple check, infinite check your work. Make sure you're holding true. Make sure you're right. Yada yada yada, so on and so forth. All of this depends on the lab notebook, because I cannot trust myself to double check, triple check, quadruple check my work, because I may be perpetuating any mistakes I may have made. So I need to get other people to double check, triple check for me. Which means I'm giving them my lab notebook, so I work with that. This holds true in any commercial scientific lab, any military lab, any lab out there. You gotta depend on other people to double check and triple check your work, because you know that you may be perpetuating any mistakes, any errors you've made. And so, you hand off the lab notebook, because you're not going to be standing over them saying, no, I didn't do that, I did this. You're not going to be saying that. He's going to be using your notes, because, well, me standing over your shoulders, quite annoying. But then again, that's just me, so. And also, in your own realm of existence, of course, you use the lab notebook. I tossed all of mine back there. Ooh, almost a nice sneak peek. Wow, I am good. Anyways, in your own realm of existence, you have to double check your work yourself, because this is you trying to change yourself. But, you know, like the whole double, triple checking by other people could be you asking around. You asking your friends. Look at this lab notebook. Am I missing anything? Am I missing any details? What details should I add? Asking their advice on that. So, yeah. Well, that's the end of that. I hope you learned something. Chris, hopefully I'll see you on Monday. DFTBA.